Before this presentation begins, I would like you to know that I am sick. I have a stuffy nose, so I might be breathing heavily or sounding a little odd at times. I also have my laptop here rather than having a PowerPoint in my background, so I can actually know what slide I'm on and know what to refer to. That being said, my name is Samantha Hinnerman, and I'm here to teach you the tips and tricks to having a perfect date. Whether this means you are going on your first date with someone you just find interesting that you see in class, or it's someone that you've been in love with and may have been in a relationship or marriage in for a while. The first thing you got to know about finding that someone, and when you know it's that someone, is because you realize you're stuttering, you may be tripping over your words and your feet and walking away with a flushed face. It's kind of when you know. So this is totally normal. I've done my research. I found several articles when I looked through the Daily Mail, the Independent. There was many more articles when I Googled how to make my significant other happy and how to, if there's nerves on the first date and what to do to get over them. Thankfully, I have 3 simple tips that I'll further explain how to get past these and make the best of your date. The first one being first impressions aren't always appearances. Second thing is having your own opinion. And the third thing is embracing your nervousness and making it work for you. So knowing you're not alone is the best thing. We can kick it off, this whole presentation, and get to knowing why you're here and why I've created this. So first impressions, it's not always your look, as I've mentioned before. It's showing that you care and why you're there. You didn't just ask somebody out on a first date or continue your relationship because you're not interested. So make them realize that they are interesting. Look them in the eye. Put your phone down, especially. You don't want them just feeling as if you don't care. Think about what you would want. So don't do something that you wouldn't want to this other person. There are dating apps that are found everywhere now. You could go on Farmers Only, you could go on eHarmony, all these different ones, and they keep going up. The use of them keep going up. Don't leave your date feeling as if they should pull out their phone after spending time with you and find somebody new. So it takes 15 minutes for a male to be impressed or to make your first impression on a male. And when it comes to women, it takes an hour for them to have an impression of you. So make sure that when you are talking to them, don't make yourself look cocky and conceited. Show that you care, yet again, and let them know that they can talk about themselves. Don't just talk about yourself, or this is giving you a bad impression as well. Personality is known to be one of the largest factors when it comes to a relationship. Having your own opinion is number 2 in the techniques and the tips and tricks. I've come to find through my own studies as well as online that having your own opinion just helps the relationship build. If you're going to be agreeing with somebody the entire time, are you really being yourself? Are you going to keep this act on for the rest of your life with this person? Are you going to keep it on with the rest of this date? What's going to happen when they find out the real you? It sounds kind of exhausting to keep up this act. Don't feel the need to just be somebody else. Just be yourself. The conversation will go a lot farther. You can see somebody else's point of view and perspective a lot better than you may have before on a certain topic. It's great. Next thing is to embrace your nervousness. It's really important, just use it for yourself. At the end of the day, you're going to be happy you did. Your date will be happy you did. They're going to feel so much better about themselves because they realize yet again that they care and that they matter. So you pushing past this awkward feeling in your life, it'll help. You'll feel like you're winning. So jumping back to having your own opinion. I did do my own research. I put up a poll on Facebook asking what people thought about having their own opinions and whether the significant other, should agree with you or have them be themselves. A lot of people, it was 87%, agreed that they should have their own opinion. Their significant other should have their own opinion, while as 13% felt as if their date should always just agree with them. Also, your opinions go beyond, what you think per se, like as in if someone likes Trump or something else. It goes on what you do. You might think it's a good idea to go buy a milkshake for you and your date to share. Now, if you're on a first date, a lot of people might think this is awkward. In fact, the study that I have made, yet again on Facebook with that poll, is that 77% of people think it's a little weird to do on a first date. Now, if you're on a date with somebody that you've been married to for a very long time, you obviously will know their preference, and it might be cute. They might love it. Other ones might be germaphobes, and you've come to find that out over your relationship, and they might hate it. So the last tip, we've talked about impressing your date by being yourself and showing the impressions that you make, as well as embracing your nervousness. And don't be afraid to admit your nervousness. So DeVito explains in our book that it's best to be open and honest with one another. And I can't say this any more or any better than he did. In relationships, whether they've been long-term or they're just a new date, it's always important. So feel free to admit that you're nervous. You can use it to your own benefit. The other person's going to feel flattered, especially if you guys have been married for a while, because it shows that the spark still exists. For first dates, it shows that you care. And I can't say you care enough in this presentation because that's what's most important. This other person might even feel the exact same way. And it's good to know that they feel that way because then they care too. And even showing and explaining that you feel nervous will instantly take a load off of you. You feel like they now know that you're nervous. You don't have to try to hide it anymore. It'll be great. It will work to your benefit. They might even make you feel better. So, all things considered, understand what a first impression means. Have your own opinion and use your nervousness to your benefit. Mrs. Carter has a great quote that definitely pertained to life, but as well dating in general. She said something along the lines about dating means you care, and to take that energy, your nervous energy, into working into the show. The show meaning in this example is her actual meaning of a show, considering it is Beyonce. But in life, take this nervousness and push through your life with it. Show that you care. Show that things mean something to you. But that's all I have to say. That is my 3 tips on how to score another date. Now go out there and get yourself a date. Make sure that they want to stay with you by using these tips and these hacks. Thank you.